Welcome to another edition of Jive Time Turkeys. I'm host Aprint15 on Twitter, Jive Time Turkeys on Instagram and YouTube. This episode, I'm joined by
Mr. S. Carter, S. Sports 1 on Twitter.
Yes, indeed. What's happening? My name is Dre. I'm the sideline guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't really take my stuff serious because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just shooting my shit. But Honest Tees, Black 5/5, the GOAT number, as we know, is a multitude of them. You know what I'm saying? Ain't just one. So yeah. What's happening?
So before we get into the major content, we could expound on the conversation we was having about Deion Sanders at Jackson State.
Yes, indeed.
I think he's I think they're gonna win. They will be undefeated within 2 years, and then from there we'll see. Steve, what do you think?
Well, I mean, they had the best historically black college recruiting class ever. So far. So honestly, they might be undefeated this year unless they play somebody like, unless they play like an SEC team this year.
Undefeated in the conference, for sure, then, what you saying?
Yeah, they definitely gonna be undefeated in the conference, man. Like, it's not even close. Like, they stole the number one JUCO DB from University of Georgia.
Right.
They stole about, well, they ain't steal. I mean,
yeah, they stole it. No, they still us.
Well, it wasn't a steal, but
okay.
They transferred. So they got about 3 people from University of Missouri.
Okay.
Offensive lineman and a linebacker. You got a guy from USC. Got a guy from Central Florida. Got one from FIU or FAU. One.
Okay, so to that point, right? Go ahead, Steve. I'm gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
And then today he stole from Florida. Like, the guy was committed to Florida and he signed a letter of intent to Jackson State. Hey,
come on, baby. Okay, now listen. Okay,
the only reason they lose is if Jackson State plays somebody like in the SEC or they play like Oklahoma or something.
Yeah.
Like out of conference games. Other than that, they're not losing, man.
Okay, so let's keep that in mind, right? Let's keep that in mind. We got FIU, USC. Who was the third team? The third transfer? Missouri, and then got a fresh cat that was going to go to Florida, right?
Yeah.
They go to Jackson State.
His son
his son. Yep.
And then
South Carolina, yeah.
His older son, and then his son
playing quarterback, right?
4-star quarterback out of Dallas. So
all right, keep that in mind. He got all of them to go to Mississippi. Let's scrap saying Jackson State. We gotta put this in context. Mississippi. Now Ole Miss. And Auburn over there. Who else is Mississippi? Auburn's Alabama.
Mississippi State.
Not those two places. Jackson State, Mississippi. Now, earlier in the production, go ahead.
Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, pretty nice place.
It is. I ain't hating, but it's still Mississippi. All right, the outer borders. To get to it, you gotta go through it to get there. Hey, my whole family from Mississippi, so my mama went to Jackson State too. Let me preface this by saying there is no shade to the melanin that resides in these towns. No shade. That's where I'm from. My whole maternal side is from Utica, Mississippi. My mom went to Jackson State with Walter Payton. I dig it. Got all that. My aunt went there too. I think my uncles did too. Anyway, early in the production meeting, Brother Fonz thinks that he's going to be there for 2 years and go. The reason why I'm hoping that's not true is because, A, the two things they can offer him, prestige and more money. Primetime blessed. Primetime been blessed. Primetime came in the door blessed. Money isn't really the thing, right? So I can't say money. I wouldn't say money would say, hey, Prime, we'll give you $15 million a year. Would you come? Well, he'd be like, I'm jumping. He could, my opinion, because he's been about his money since the beginning because he had to pay stuff for his mama. We found it out with the Hall of Fame speech. Cool. So money is a wash. Prestige. Now we say ego, right? If the ego of Primetime is going to come to your big school to make your school better, I think if we're talking about ego, he's like, nah, this is about me. I'm not going to come to your Alabama, your Florida State. Well, okay, Florida State caveat. That might be the one to get him. All right, I'll take that. I stop. All right, okay. Florida State notwithstanding. Florida State Notwithstanding. If that's the right term, I'm not sure if you're supposed to notwithstanding with, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold that one. Let's hold that. Every other school but that. Every other school with that. Every other school. If they come with some money, he like, I mean, I ain't really hurting for money, and I ain't really trying to build your program up because what you do for me. Now, if it's Florida State, I back off. But I'm hoping this though, at least do 5 and hand it off to the brother. Like 2 years is little. I need like 5. Get that first recruiting class come in and like, look here, y'all. That 5th year, I'm gonna tell the kids, like, look, Prime gone. Prime going to Florida State. I'm gonna spread a legacy. You know what I'm saying? Down there in Florida.
If they go, you got to look at how Florida State. What's happening with Florida State right now? They're on the down. They.
Well, I don't want to be.
And
I don't
so
want to feel abrasive. We got a fan in here. I ain't trying to be too abrasive.
If Jackson State goes 11-0, right?
Yeah.
And Florida State goes 6-5, 74.
Okay. Yeah.
You think there ain't gonna be calls?
Of course. They're gonna be calls.
And I don't know, man. I just like it just looks like the road is trending for like Florida State to come out and be like, we're handing it back to a native son.
I can't argue that.
A native son, and we're giving him the reins. He played under Bobby. We've been looking for Bobby ever since Bobby left. Maybe it's time to do this. Maybe we've been looking all wrong all along. Maybe it's him.
But okay, here's
we could do it now because we just watched him turn Jackson State around.
Exactly. That's my thing, right? So, but if you get FIU, Missouri, USC, and Florida folks come to your peak, like build a kingdom, build it. Like
you get so much more coming to Florida State.
They coming now. They ain't play the game, baby. All he's done is TikToks. He got photo
get it
off TikToks.
Right. But imagine, but see, you think it. I don't know. I from what I remember,
I know the reality is he can go to. I know that's the reality. I'm speaking more wishful. I dig it. I'm speaking off the pride, baby. Come on, baby.
I'm just saying.
HBCUs.
I think what want to happen is Jackson State does get an accelerated expansion of their program, and thus it forces everybody else to play catch up. Like that's what the big thing is. It's not just to build one school up, but you got to force other schools to play.
But that's the legacy. He would be the one that started.
Right, but
like I had called decades ago, had Howard listen, but anyway, talk to a wall. I dig it.
I mean, it's really hard to keep that talent there.
How?
No, that's not it. Nah.
It ain't hard.
Yeah, okay.
Especially if this class gets some people to go to NFL. Like the one JUCO guy that's a DB, he's probably gonna go to NFL after this year. So if he gets that to go, people will come, like regardless, because they want to go to the NFL. So the only way I think his son, I think his youngest one is Shiloh, the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to be there a couple of years. He probably won't start next year. So that'll be the thing that'll keep him at Jackson State, unless Florida State calls and Florida State
brings Shiloh
him too. Then he's gone. I'll guarantee you that he's gone.
Yeah. So, all right, so you got the inside track. Have you been hearing stuff like that?
Yep.
From your damn.
The problem with Florida State right now, yes, they're rebuilding, but they had like the worst recruiting class since the 80s. They're like 31 right now in ranking and recruiting. So, it's really down season, really down in recruiting. The expectations are lower, everything. And if they have another bad year, I don't think it'll be next year. I think they'll get his new coach at least 3 years.
Who is the new coach?
Mike Norvell.
Okay. This is the second year or is this the first year you're walking into?
So he's in his first year.
He's in his first year now. Okay.
But funny thing, I played against him in college. That's crazy thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Florida State, they don't have the money to fire him right now, to be honest. They still playing the last coach, and they got this. It's kind of a big contract for this one, so they can't pay more coaches.
If they can't or they won't.
No, they can't.
They can't. Well,
legally or like financially? Because I'm lost.
Financially.
So how they get rid of Taggart was somebody paid the most of his payback, like what they owe.
Buyout.
So somebody came
Somebody
through,
though, right?
like
Somebody
billion,
paid.
like $10 million and said, "Hey, we tired of Taggart. Let's get him out of here." And
Steve, time out. Steve, time out.
No,
Steve,
no,
you got
no.
both worlds. Steve is a fan of Florida State football and working finances. He know how much money these folks done made in the past 9 months. If they say we can get Primetime, they're like, oh, that ain't nothing but last year's profit. Here.
But see,
Not
the
necessarily.
person that would pay for that
Uh-huh.
ultimately would like somebody that looks like Norvell as the head coach rather than Deion Sanders. That's the problem.
Because they want to have the control.
Nah.
Well,
'cause
Wait, what does
have you
Norvell look
heard
like?
this? Have you heard this? Because
it's Florida. It's MAGA folks.
I've
That's
heard
MAGA
that
money.
Florida State also
Oh,
doesn't
I didn't know he was them.
doesn't want
I
to
thought since he
spend
played against, he
money
was a brother. My bad. Go ahead.
on athletic facilities, and
Say it
that's
again,
part of
Fonz?
it too. That Florida State doesn't want to spend money on athletic facilities.
They can't. Dog, they broke.
Well,
Like the
And they
school
broke.
in the red. They've been in the red for like 2-3 years. But that's why they asking for money and they getting people to donate stuff.
Oh,
So
okay,
they're working on the facility. Like they don't have a football only facility. They're working on it right now. That's crazy for a major D1 school. Like they share the gym, they share the weights with the basketball team and the girls volleyball team and shit. Like nobody else. Alabama has their own building
right?
and their own cafeteria. They got their own swimming pool. They got their own everything. Florida State sharing their stuff still. So they
okay.
know, man, but they build.
Okay, cool. Probably be there for 4 years then. Shit, fuck him. I don't get him in. He has to be there at least. Well, he has to. He doesn't want to, but I hope he's there for 5. 3 to 5. 3 to 5. 3 to 5. Get all the other HBCUs back when they square. Get the alumni excited, like, yo, we just can't be out here letting them, because you know how we're acting ass. It's gonna click to us, like, wait a minute, this ain't supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do what we do, whatever. And then so Domino's gonna fall.
Right now. Maryland's taking right now.
What you say?
Maryland's getting good right now. They getting a good recruiting class. They starting to play good.
Yeah.
Maryland Terps?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we've been robbed because they've been on COVID list since like October and shit. But like, no, they're actually getting good. That's why it would have been good to see them actually play Ohio State, just to kind of see, because they were actually, I think they won the last 2 before that game got canceled. And like Tua's younger brother was actually starting to play well. So like they got the I was on Twitter or somewhere and they showed they got the number one recruit from DC and the number 1 recruit from Maryland already there. And so like I think they got some more coming. So like they're building it back up. The coach, this is second time around as a head coach, Loxley. Mm-hmm. So like I think he came from Alabama. And so man, they look like they got it cooking. It's not like they don't have like a legacy of sending people to the league. That's what's so crazy, especially receivers.